You're going to have a quiz on chapters 5 through 13, and it's a 3-strike quiz. So I'm going to explain what that means.
You get 3 chances.
But before we start it, I kind of want to just review the chapters a little bit and make sure that we all have an idea of what's happened. Now, just to remind you that when we read Warriors Don't Cry, we're actually reading it for a purpose, right? I don't want you to just ignore the reading and then try to spark notes this, because the summary that they give you isn't as good, and it's not going to help you get past the final. Remember, the purpose of all this is not just to get a grade, but to start understanding some big ideas. So we want to find out what happened, and this quiz is just to check in on you to make sure that you're understanding and that you're following the reading and that you're getting prepared for the final, okay? When we left off, was the last chapter that we were on? 13? Right? We are all the way through 13? Yes, and we're reading chapter 14 today. Or through homework. You have a choice of doing that or the hero project. But I'd like to see where you guys are at with your hero project too. So recapping from 5 through 13. What has happened? What big things have happened to Melba so far?
She goes to school.
Well, there's a couple times that she goes to school. What happens the very first time that Melba goes to school?
She gets bullied.
Well, she gets bullied every day, but the very first day that she tries to step out on campus, do you guys remember?
The man takes her home.
Okay, so that's the first day she gets into the school. So the very first day she tries to get on campus, what happens?
Don't they like start chanting like the integrating and stuff like that?
And are they able to get into the school?
No.
Okay, so what happens to Melba specifically on that day with her mom? Think about it for a second. And remember at the very beginning of the book when I showed you those pictures when you guys talked about it before? There's the picture of Elizabeth. That's not what happened to Melba, and we're reading this out of Melba's perspective. But remember, we are talking about Elizabeth and how she got turned away. What happened to Melba when she walked away? Okay. I probably have some people that know. I just aren't really wanting to volunteer. You're a little shy, so I'm going to call on some of you guys.
She's gonna take the lead.
Samuel. Oh, Samuel's not here today.
Nope.
Luke. Dayla. Where's Dayla? Where is everybody at? Is there an activity
For
going
the
on?
track meet, and Samuel's never here.
Oh, Samuel's here. Eileen. She's not here?
Yeah, I think not here either.
Oh my gosh. This is not the day for the quiz. Alexia. I'm trying to get my eyes on everything.
Alexia's not here. She's right there.
Ray. Ray's not here either. Ray. Okay, Ray. It's okay if you don't have your book. I mean, you should have your book every day. But think back. My question is, what happened to Melba that first day that she tried to leave?
I think can you get your book?
Or tried to get on campus? Okay, so she was with her mom. Her mom dropped her off, and they were all supposed to come together at this meeting place.
Yeah.
Which is the reason why we have the picture of Elizabeth, is she didn't have a phone, and she didn't get the message to come together at the meeting place, so she tried to walk in on her own.
Wait, a phone?
She didn't have a phone.
But they had phones back then?
Oh my gosh.
Like,
It's not that long ago.
wait, like flip phones or?
What is
Like a
the
house
big old brick
phone.
ones?
Oh, a house phone.
Yeah, with the old-fashioned cord and the receiver and you hello and you step to the wall. Yeah. You have one of those?
Eileen, have you ever used one of those? Miss Eileen's here. We're just.
Yeah, see?
She couldn't even recognize you.
No, honestly, like after break, I'm like names and I remember faces. I don't remember names. I'm just like I
We're
brought.
messing with you. Alexandra's here too.
Okay.
No, Alexandria.
It's not.
Or Alexia.
No, she's not here. That whole world.
Okay. This is my way of trying to recap so that you guys know what you're gonna know the answers. Okay, I'm trying to get you guys to be able to like recap what you know and to participate. I'm glad everybody's awake today, or trying to play dead today, but I really want you guys to like follow what's happening in the story. Okay, so Melba gets run off by the mom. Okay, and she and her mom make a getaway. What does her mom tell her to do? To leave her behind. Thank you. Someone read the book. to leave her
I
behind.
helped him.
Luckily, they both get in the car together, but her mom says to take off. And Melba drives her home. Okay.
Good job.
After that, so who is it that Melba personally likes? Who's her crush?
The white guy.
Vince? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And when she thought he was calling that one night, who was it actually? He ends up calling right afterwards, but who was it that was calling when she thought it was Vince the first time?
The other white guy? No, the one. Is Vincent the one that picked her up? Or who's that guy?
Is it that one?
Okay, so we need a character list, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. So Vince is a boy that she likes. Okay. And then there's a couple other names for other characters in the book where that you're kind of getting confused with. We haven't met Link yet, but Link might be something to talk about. Yeah, we haven't met Link yet. That's why you're saying this.
Oh, I only don't know about And the white guy.
What happens to her on the first day she gets into school?
That man pulls. She gets her.
And drives her out?
Yeah, he drives her out.
But why did he have to drive her out? What happened?
Because they were getting beat up, right? Something like that. They didn't
She almost did, and that was back when the board, Brown versus Board of Education first.
Oh, they were hanging
created
them.
it.
They were hanging them.
They were like, okay, so they were saying that we may have to let them have one of the kids to get the other ones out because the mob went out of control. I'm kind of losing you guys, so I think we're gonna just go into the quiz.
No.
I want to bring it back together, but you're kind of over there.
Not right here.
We'll do a little Madonna thing.
No, it is here.
Okay.
I see him was smoking.
I saw him this morning. Thank you. All right, let me explain the 3 strikes quiz. I think you guys are probably pretty close to being. Well, let me explain what 3 strikes is. So, let me pull this up.
Come on.
Warriors Don't Cry, 3 strikes quiz. I am ignoring chapters 14 because I'm going to give it to you today. So there's 2 of them that we don't have to do. 2 questions we don't have to do. Okay, the rules. We're going to do this quiz as a whole class quiz. I'm going to call on non-volunteers, meaning I'm going to draw the sticks again, and I'm putting Eileen's name back in there. Okay, if the student doesn't know the answer, the class earns a strike. I will call on another student to answer the question. Okay. You may not blurt out answers. So if you blurt out the answers to help your classmates, that's an automatic strike. This will continue until you earn 3 strikes or until you successfully answer all 11 questions. There's 9 because we're stopping at chapter 13. Okay, if the class strikes out, meaning 3 strikes, you're out. If the class strikes out, we're going to take out a piece of paper and you all do the quiz individually. If the class is not striking out, you make it through all of them without 3 strikes, meaning you can only get 2 wrong, then the whole class gets full credit for the questions.
Pretty sure.
Okay?
Wait, we don't even have to take the test?
No,
Which means you won't have to take it individually because the class took it together. But you cannot blurt out. So you are relying a little bit on your peers, and if they don't have the answers, it's okay because you can still answer it yourself. Okay? Yes.
We ask for help from our neighbor.
No, there's no dial-a-phone. Or dial-a-friend, whatever that
Like
is.
that. Phone a friend.
This is not who wants to play a game and be a millionaire.
Phone a friend.
Phone a friend. Okay, so I need it to be very quiet, and we're gonna start. You're gonna do your best. I would rather you say that, rather you try to answer with what you most remember than to say pass, I don't know.
So these are the same questions on the test?
Some of them may be on the test.
Just pass down like, does that count as a strike?
Ready? Okay, the first question. No, right now.
Strike 1.
All right, Ray, you're responsible for the first question. What happened when Melba went to Central High School for the first time?
There was she's been bullied by a crowd of white
What happened?
people.
Okay, we just talked about it, she was being bullied by a crowd of white people, and did she go to school, get in school, did she not get in school? Okay, and then what did she do?
We can't help him.
I won't strike him out, but I am gonna call on somebody else if you don't
Okay,
get it.
call someone else.
To finish it. I won't strike you out because
Preferably
you got
Jessica.
part of it. Coleman.
Whoa.
I mean,
You can do it.
Eyes. Oh, right in front of me.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Looking beyond you. Okay, Coleman. So pick up where he left off. So she was being bullied by a bunch of white people. She didn't get into school. What happened to her? What'd she do?
She had a force with me and people chased after her.
Good. Thank you. So people chased after her and she kept up with their mom. Good job.
Jesus, is he in here?
Which Jesus?
Guzman Rodriguez?
No, he's in 4th grade.
Portrait, okay.
Yeah. Okay, Janelle's not here. Melba was excited when she thought Vincent, the boy she likes, was calling, but it wasn't him. Who was calling and what did they say? Cheyenne is
Not
not
here.
here.
or is she?
Anthony.
Or is not even
So who was calling?
there? Says,
What's that?
wait, I remember that. It was some white people telling her to, like, give up.
Okay.
They want you here.
Pretty close. Okay, so I'm not gonna say strike, because you got part of that. It was somebody who was white and who was a segregationalist and didn't want them in school. Okay, but he didn't say get out. He said something different. So I'm gonna ask somebody else to pick up. Eileen, can you pick up where he left
Not
off?
here.
What did they say? Okay, Melba was excited when she thought Vincent, the boy she likes, was calling. But it wasn't him. Okay, now remember he did call later, but the first time it wasn't him. Who was calling and what they say? He answered to who was calling. He said that it was it was a white man. He was calling and he was being rude. What did he say?
It's still her turn?
It's still her turn. Huh? Is it a guess? Are you guessing? Did you know the answer after all?
I think I do.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to you because you had it first, so go ahead.
Did that person say that, like, now we know where you live?
Yes. Okay. He says, I know where you live and we're gonna get you. And something happened to them that night too.
In Washington window.
Okay. And number 3, Angelina. You ready? I gotta get my eye on everybody first, okay.
Oh.
How did the vase break at the end of chapter 6? These questions are progressing in chapters, so this happened after next fall. How did the vase break? It's okay to fill on the spot. Sometimes you have to close your eyes and think about it without thinking about the fact that people are waiting on you. Okay, it's okay. Take a second.
Wait, who's it on? Julie?
Angelina.
Oh.
I'd rather you tried than said pass. So what do you think? What do you remember? You could use your book. Oh, that's why I told you to get the books out. Okay, have your book. You can't whisper it to her, but you can have the book. Don't give your classes straight because you're talking to the bonus. Yes, it was shot by a rifle because they were shooting at her house, and so the vase broke. Yes, you did. And I'll give it to you. There's 1 out of 4, so I have to check the number and I'll give it to you. Give me 1 second, okay? All right, the next. Okay, why did the Little Rock Nine have to leave school early, so the first day of school early, and how did they escape? Andrew.
Oh, no. Oh, breaking.
We just talked about this before. We don't have time for everybody to look up every chapter, but you guys, the rest of you can look that up so that in case he strikes out, you have the answer ready if you're calling him. I'm gonna encourage you to try to wait until I call you, because you're
You
gonna
already have it.
okay.
Okay.
We actually spent a lot of time talking on this one, if you can recall, when we were talking about how we did the response. Huh? We did the response, and I had you guys write the response to it on a post-it.
Oh, I remember.
That's good that the rest of the class remembers, because in case you need to pass it to somebody else, then they're gonna know. Okay, I'm gonna let you pick your pass. If you pass to someone, I'm gonna let you pick. So if you know the answer, you better raise your hand so that he knows to pick you. Because it's gonna count as a strike, so you get 3, right? So pick someone who's gonna get it.
The man picks him up, then picks him up.
Okay, I know because he struck out, but don't strike out again. He picked you so that you wouldn't strike out. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, Lauren. It's okay. It's okay, Lauren.
The man picks him up. And
Okay.
he was really courageous and brave of him.
Well, I didn't give you a strike when you passed, but you got part of the answer. He hasn't gotten any part of the answer yet, so I gave him a.
But I got the answer.
I know, but he passed to you, so.
But I just said the answer.
I know, but you're not striking out.
Since I passed.
So was my answer right though?
Okay, but it's not complete, so like,
Right.
keep up. Okay, so they had to leave early. Well, why did they have to leave early?
Because the people, they were like trying to get the kids, right? And they were gonna hurt them.
Okay, and then what man took him? You don't have to know his name, but
He's a white man and he comes and he sneaks the kids and he says, oh, don't go to heads and all that stuff.
yes.
And he drives them home.
Yes.
That's the answer?
That's the answer.
So
Good
why
job.
are we gonna strike?
Because he missed it. Anthony didn't miss it before. He gave part of the answer. You didn't give part of the answer, but that's okay. It's just one. You didn't do a second strike. That's good. You kept it alive. Okay, question 5. You guys are 5 out of 9, so you're pretty close. Okay. Okay. Which class did Melba describe being like a peaceful island? So think about the class that she likes the most. Okay, the class that's the easiest for her, that's calm, that gives her space. And Haley.
Oh my gosh. So this is just asking me.
Start looking it up. Look it up, look it up. If you find it in the book, hand it to her. You can do it, Haley. You remember. There's a class.
Just wait a minute.
She got it right now. Just wait.
No.
It's in between chapters 5 and 13.
Yes.
I don't remember the exact, huh? Okay, oh, okay, I'm gonna accept that as the answer. Can you tell me, that's fine, I won't strike you up. Can you guys, all the class now, tell me what the name of the class is? Like, Miss Calandra has what class? Right? So Miss Pitwick has what class? No. No. It's a class you don't have. You don't take this class.
Is this some kind of art class?
No, it's not an art class. It's a class that nobody takes anymore because it's not something we need to do.
Oh, it's that sewing thing? Like
No,
that?
no. Good question.
Diagramming?
Not
Does it
diagramming.
have art in its name?
Shorthand. Shorthand.
You got it.
Okay. What class did Mel Melba described being like a peaceful island. It was her shorthand class, Miss Pitwick, because she didn't allow things to happen to her in that class. Okay, who did President Eisenhower send to Little Rock? Do not shout it out. Woo. Harley, it's finally your turn. You tell him what chapter to look on, you can tell him which page to look on, you can hand it to him, but we cannot tell him the answer.
Wasn't like one of the,
Go ahead, tell me, I'm not gonna, if you get it wrong, I'm gonna let you try again if you're wrong.
wasn't it like the sergeant or something?
It was like a sergeant for what? You didn't just send one person.
It was like a soldier though, it was a soldier.
It was,
Like from the army or something, or like.
okay, the army.
Yeah.
Okay, someone else is gonna continue, pick somebody who's gonna take over. Hang on, don't shout it out, pick someone to take over.
Okay. Wait.
You got the army, but you gotta give me more detailed answers, so. Either two of you.
The National Guard. Screaming Eagles.
The Screaming Eagles, which are what, everybody? Everybody answers which are what?
Soldier man.
Soldiers.
The 101st, which is the Screaming Eagles, the 101st Airborne, they're part of the Army.
Yeah.
So that's why I said the
I
Army.
go way back.
Okay, but you need to know that it was the 101st Airborne and that their nickname was the Screaming Eagles. Okay? He didn't just send one people, he sent a bunch of them. There is one person that protects Melba.
Oh.
Okay, in chapter 12, who visited Melba's family in the middle of the night and what did they say? This is a tougher one, you had to pay attention. Okay? I want you to think about it for a second. Okay, you have 2 more questions after this. 7, 8, 9 that you have to get through. You guys are almost there. And so if you happen to take this thing by hand, you already have most of the questions, so you're already going to do well. Marilyn, this one belongs to you. Go ahead. Okay. Can you tell her? No, you can't tell her, but you can tell her which page she should look up. Go ahead, tell her. Go to the page.
129.
Okay, and what did they say to her?
That your daughter will go to school and she will be protected. Whatever the parents said, and your brother.
Awesome. You guys are doing a really good job finding evidence in books. Good job. Okay, nice job. Good teamwork. Question 8.
Did we just strike out this one?
Question 8, Alexia.
Not here. Oh, not here.
Legit not here, we're like
Oh,
Harley
is
not
she?
here.
Is she?
She's the one that sits right there and went fastest. Okay. I'm gonna move, Ezekiel.
He's not here. Sorry.
Ezekiel's up front usually, isn't he?
Yeah,
Right,
he's not
oh.
here.
He moved.
You guys, I'm terrible about this. Like, this, I made the seating chart, then I was gone 6 weeks, and I come back to a seating chart that you guys know, and I still don't know. Alright, we're gonna change it, by the way, on Monday. Okay. Ezekiel, go ahead. Describe the Little Rock Nine, describe how the Little Rock Nine were escorted into school the second day.
Just keep reading. Just count it.
It started with Danny.
Okay, could you be a little bit more specific? It wasn't like just Danny. Don't mouth it to him. Tell him which page to look on, but don't mouth him the answer.
129 and like the last bottom half of the paragraph.
Tatiana, let me grab you a book really fast while he's looking. Tatiana.
Is that right? What is it?
Almost there. answer. Don't rely on it, because you might have to write you might have to do this yourself. If you have to take the test yourself, you want to be able to get the quiz yourself, you want to be able to get the right answer, so look for it real fast.
About 50 uniformed soldiers.
Okay. 50 uniformed soldiers. Okay, now did she get flown in by a helicopter? Did she get bussed in? They sit on the bus with her? Okay, you answered part of it. For the sake of time, if you want to pass it to somebody who knows the answer, somebody around you needs to raise their hand if they can get it. Perfect, thank you. So she went to school in one car, and then like the station wagon, and then the Jeeps were in front and the back. Yeah.
So can we just strike out on this one?
No, we gotta answer this one.
It'll only be 2 strikes. Oh.
Okay. Because we can still strike out on this one. You guys still have to come and take the test. All right, question 9. What is the name of the soldier who protects Melba? Diana. Danny. Good job. Okay, so you get to brag the second period that you did it. All right, hero project. Okay, so everybody pull out your hero project. We're working on that. Your homework is going to be to read chapter 14. So if you don't want to read chapter 14 at home, you may read it right now instead of your hero project if you're good on your hero project and you made that progress. My guess is that you probably want time for your hero project, so I would pull that out now. Oh, you did it. The hero project is not due Monday, this Monday, but next Monday. You wait. No, you can't be attended now. No, why are you so tired?
Why are you laughing?
I was trying to fall asleep. I didn't do
the last picture.
Don't purchase anything in my classroom.
Bates, can I use the rest of
Yeah.
Someone already went, and somebody is already in line for it. Okay, whoa.
I know.
You guys, I don't need to
You're
read.
racist. Instead of black, you put red. What?
I just want to see one person.
Okay, who's in line for the loo first?
Wait, what?
I'm after her. All the rest of
I can't guarantee you're all gonna get to go. Ezekiel, how do I spell your name?
Run it back, Turbo.
How come you tell you?
A-L?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't know how to spell it. Okay, so I can't guarantee that, you guys, because we have the 15-minute rule, but go get your hero project out. This time is specific, otherwise we wouldn't be reading. We really need reading time in this class, but I'm giving you hero time because it's important. So go get to work on your hero time. There is white paper right there. Did they take it off? Is it empty? Come get some for me. Take only what you're gonna use. I don't mind how much you take as long as you're gonna use it. Always, you can always come back and get more.
Wait, it was supposed to be a book.
I want it to be a book form. Yeah, so you don't have to hold it now. That's perfect.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. You can make a book out of it.
She hasn't told anybody.
I just need one more.
So do I have 2 paragraphs here?
Oh, 2.
Because it needs to be like the bio and then the why they're a hero and then your personal connection.
It's like all together.
I need to see where there's the difference.
Oh.
So I don't want you to start all the way over. But what I would suggest for you,
There's like
Oh, yeah.
I don't want you to start all the way. Add another page in between if you have to. Make sure that what you're showing me is not only the bio,
Yeah.
but the bio, 4 or 5 sentences in bio, 4 or 5 sentences why they are a hero, and then another.
Because I put it together.
Well, what you can do is add.
It sounded like a Yeah. A little rocks.
Those are really good sketches too. Okay. You can add pages in between. make sure that you're looking at that, it's on Google Classroom too, like the personal connection also.